Hey guys, Jay here, and because there's not really any new information before the PoE2 release, so yeah, for my own like mental health, I need to get something PoE2 related in the time I'm waiting for the game to actually release. Early access, of course. And I do have a previous video on this situation. It is like less than 1 minute, I believe. Just like my initial reaction to the whole thing. Uh, since then, I have already watched a couple of videos from other people, especially Cute Dog. He talked with a bunch of people, including Gazi TV here as well. And so, yeah, the situation is a little bit shady, as per it always involve Fextralife. They have always do stuff that I personally really hate the way that they do it. But anyway, let's just get the viewpoint from someone that is closer to this situation. And also, he has a much stronger voice in the community. I do have massive respect for Gazi. Let's hear his take here. And to be fair, right, from everything that I know, I think he is pretty much on the same side as I do here. I hate Fextralife. The things that they do, even though it doesn't really directly affect me, but uh, just as a person who consume a lot of content online, especially related to gaming, the the kind of bullshit that they are pulling on their like very underdone guides to basically every game they ever touch. It's just I just don't like it. All right, so let's just get into this video and let's see what Gazi has to say.
So, for those of you who don't know what happened, I'll try to do a short summarize, unpacking of what just went down last night. Fextralife tweets, there was a Reddit post as well, and in the tweet they're saying, Path of Exile 2, gameplay impressions, early access review. Is it the best ARPG of all times? Yes, it is, by the way. In this video, I want to
True.
talk about my
Yes.
hands-on impressions with the game, and then the link to a YouTube video, which has since been privatized or taken down. A bunch of hashtags. So I made a tweet about this. I saw a bunch of other content creators make tweets as well. I think I saw Empyrean as well. So I made a tweet about this being, because I was under the impression that early access reviews were not given away or given out. However, I think that it's important to point out that early access reviews to game journalism, journalists and news outlets is a very common thing and it's not a bad thing. So this was kind of to be expected. But they chose Fextralife, which I think most of us gamers can
See,
arguably say
this
is
is
not a
exactly my
good thing.
reaction.
What's so
This is exactly my reaction. I say something along the line of Extra Life really. Well, to be fair, GGG had history with Fextralife. They sponsored Spectralife on a release before. I don't remember exactly which one, but it was a release where of a league in PoE1 where they sponsored a bunch of streamers that is not PoE players basically. So they want to like advertise the game to a broader audience. Fextralife is included. And if you actually like look at the stream of Fextralife, and I got this from a video, and I actually go ahead and check it out because I was curious. It was quite some times ago, but the stream of Fextralife is always very like there was always a lot of people, but you barely see anyone interact at all. There is no chat, nothing really. I sit there for like 1 hour. I try to see how many chat there is, and there is two, by the way. And there was like, what, 40,000 people? That was a release of like some game. The thing that Fextralife do, I believe, is they just try to put out information as they're trying to be the first to everything basically. They don't care about if the information they are putting out is correct or not. Sometimes they are correct, but a lot of the times they're not. And also, even the correct things that they actually put out, they even have like a wiki page that people look up information. Sometimes the correct things actually got updated to be incorrect, but they never care. Actually, there's no update on that site, really, for every single game, regardless of it being like a trashed gacha game, if any, to like a AAA quality game, whatever. So yeah, I just hate it. Right?
However, and for those of you who are not aware of why that is, it's simply Fextralife is considered to be basically the worst villain of all time in the content creator industry, ruining
Okay,
honesty and sport.
one very small point. I also understand this point as well. I think he is mentioning that fixture like because of the things that they do, that causing their stream is not like really ethical for advertisement for companies, so it affects the overall earning of other streamers. Just want to get it clear. I did stream a little bit on Twitch, but it was basically nothing. So this does not affect me at all. At least not yet. And probably won't. However, I still fucking hate it. Sorry. I just cannot stand that. It's just bad, It's just bad. There is no way to defend what they do.
Sponsorships and
Just
many other
horseshit.
things along their path of destruction. Essentially, they have a wiki page and they also delve in.
And also part of the reason why I even react to this shit is because I hate Fextralife. There has been a lot of dramas in PoE community when from the time that I started to have this channel, but this is the first thing that I actually kind of like record something that I have my viewpoint on. This is the first drama because I hate Fextralife for all the things that I've seen, and I would like to shit talk them. Very nice. Right?
In the content creation world when it comes to guide creation and build guide creation. But most importantly, they have been embedding their stream on a consistent
Yeah.
basis,
See,
no cap, nothing, just embedding their stream on all of their pages on their website to boost their Twitch viewership, which has obviously made them a ton of money, but it has hurt the content creation world as entirely.
not only hurting the content creation people, to the players, it hurts the players as well because the quality of the guides, the information that they put out like there is absolute dog shit, all right? Just horrible overall. Again, yeah, sometimes you'll see correct stuff in there, but hey, majority is dog shit, right? I do believe Gazi, he has a very special place in here because he was part of the like embedded problem in the PoE streamers. I do believe a lot of people actually do it. But the thing is, I don't have a problem with those, partially because it doesn't affect me. As I explained, I do not really have anything to do with streaming yet. But I can respect the content that they are doing on the other website that they actually embedded on. If the content in those sites are good, I can respect that. And this guy's content is quality. Basically, everyone in PoE community who has put up like guides and stuff, they are kind of quality content. If they show their face, there are certain faceless channel that often lean more toward like baiting people into other things, but people like Gazi, like Ziz, that is the big ones, and some of the smaller ones as well. I would like to say me included. So when I put out a build guide video or informational video, I would try to make it as true as possible. Sure, because of YouTube, how it works, there might be a clickbaity like title or thumbnail or something like that, but the content, the actual content, is true, right? And it often is pretty damn careful, like research and test, and a lot of thinking actually. So I can totally respect the past. That maybe I think he will mention it. I think he will mention at some point in this video, because he is kind of like the face of that event, that series of event, of the embedded thing.
Embedding is actually
Sorry, I'm
something that
pausing
has
too
been very
much.
active in many directories on Twitch, including Path of Exile one. For example, I know that there's been a lot of comments about me because I have actually had an embed on Craft of Exile's website. It looks like this, who I've helped create and well, not
Okay,
helped
I
create, but
swear to
helped
God, I'm not
manage and update to what it
pre-watched.
is
But
today. You can
here,
actually see a
hey,
promotion of my stream
look at
here.
this. This website is amazing, all right? This website is amazing. The people who has done this website is just pure quality content, and it's so good. Everybody in the not everybody, but a lot of people in the PoE community have benefited massively in this website, because it provides something that is kind of a limitation for PoE 1. I hope PoE 2 will not have this problem, but this website helped us just a lot, especially if you want to learn crafting. It's just like free trial, basically. Unlimited free trial. Also show like the rate, the information that was like not really easy to see in the game. They also have it here. So this is pure quality content. And if they embedded a stream here, I don't give a shit. All right? I don't give a shit. At least for now.
Not auto-playing. And when I'm not live, you'll see one of my crafting videos actually here. Big shout out to Craft of Exile,
Yeah,
by the
he
way.
earned it.
So a lot of people have been on me about this. Now, what's funny is that before I did my embed there with Craft of Exile, there's been, or there was rather, plenty of PoE creators who embedded their streams on their websites, and this is something that is not brought up to light when you discuss this topic. Because sadly, I'm very vocal about these things, and I happen to be taking all of the hate for this, and I literally took all the fire when this went down. And what's funny is like people had their streams embedded on either their own websites, or they had it on their own guide website. And this was very common. We also had the method creators, the organization method, had streams embedded as well. And this was happening in PoE way before I even started mine. And basically, when this blew up, and this was actually, I got blown up from it because Fextralife had an even bigger situation happening with it. So it kind of spilled over.
Okay, cool.
But I kind of happened.
Let me see if I
can
do this.
Because none of us liked it. And what happened was that I was very vocal. I told them, I talked to Sis about it. I talked to a couple of other creators that were also having their embeds on their websites. And I said, if you guys stop doing your embeds, I will take mine down gladly. But if other people are going to sit there with their embeds up, I'm not going to take mine down. I was very vocal about that. It's one of the main reasons I accepted to do it.
It is, in the end, streaming, they're doing it for, a living. So it is a job. And, as a job, we ultimately, we want money. It's just, it is what it is. It is a job. And a job, everybody do the job for money. So they can, have a good life. So yeah, that is respectable. There is no hard rule on something that is like between the line like this. So hey, you gotta do what you gotta do. I still think it is not really fair and ethical though, but at least this is so much, the way they are doing embed is so much better than the very cash grab, very what is the word? I don't even have a word for it. They just put out bad stuff. They try to get as much publicity as possible and just get those shitty thing convert into stealing money from, I think stealing money from Twitch and all the advertiser that is advertising on the stream, because people, when they watch the embedded stuff here, they actually don't watch it, so the ads actually doesn't really show to anyone. I think that is the basic.
Do the whole embed in the first place, which was a cap, by the way. There was a limit to it because I didn't want to have that blow up. It was supposed to be a promotional thing. Still bad. I'm not excusing it. But what I'm saying is I would not have taken mine down if it wasn't for everyone else in the PoE category also taking theirs down, because it was so crazy to me. Another point to make on that topic is the amount of traffic generated was absolutely insane. For example, people said that it would have been fine if I did it on my own website. Now, you got to keep in mind that I have actual employees hired to help me with guide creations, with written guides, because I can't manage them all myself. Because I manage so many guides these days with my company. So if
I mean, your own website or not, I don't think it matter. What matter is the embedded views are embedded views. That is not real people like actively watching the stream or actively listening to the stream. So that just devalue the views, basically. I think it's pretty simple. So that doesn't matter. That is to me, that is a very bad act.
I had them all on my own website, people don't actually know how many millions of people are watching those just over the first week of a launch. I would probably have 20, 30,000 viewers on my stream if I embedded on that.
Yeah,
that's not
this guy
okay.
is like
it never was.
the
It never will be
minion
okay.
guy
It's
in PO.
disgusting. So anyways, moving on. So I took mine down as a response to everyone else taking theirs down. And I think PoE Director has been very good on when it comes to this topic ever since. Later, Twitch actually made it harder to do this, or impossible, right? And my understanding is that Fex are just doing it for other stream services. I don't know about that. That's just what I've been told. Anyway, so that's your TLDR on why Fextralife has been considered one of the worst villains out there in the content creation space.
Very, very loud noise.
And then fast forward to the situation we're in right now. They made this tweet. There was a Reddit post. There's a video. It was up for, I believe Empyrean told me it was up for 3 hours. In those 3 hours, the last number I saw was 60,000, but someone told me that they had the video up and it said 77,000 people had watched the video in those 3 hours. Now, I'm going to show you my YouTube channel real quick, just to give you an idea of this. I'm going to go to videos, and I'm going to show you this one that was posted 17 hours ago.
Clearly,
this video
this channel
has 41,000 views, yeah? It says 41,000 views.
Okay.
In reality, it has 43,000.
Yeah,
and
there's
the longer
always
video's
a gap
been out,
there.
the
There's always
closer
a
the
gap
real
there.
number is to the number that people
Even
see
my
in
channel
public.
is very small.
In the first 3 hours, I actually checked this video. This video had 9,000 views. No, sorry, I take that back. It had 18 or 19,000 views after 6 hours or something, I think it was. But in reality, it actually has closer to 30,000
it always delayed.
which means that if the video is showing within 3 hours that it had 70,000 views for Extra for Life, then it had significantly more than that within those first 3 hours. So there's a lot of people who watched this video. Anyways, I made a tweet saying this is pretty wild, actually. Never have I seen PoE give out review access before like this. But to pick Fextralife for Life, a media outlet, is crazy to me. And I'm gonna elaborate on this. So the thing is here is it's crazy that they picked them, but I understand they're them choosing to do the traditional game journalism and news outlets to get attention and review access.
Again, traditional game journalism. Okay, if they choose that, okay, sure, whatever. This Fextralife is trying to be trying to be everything, to be first in everything, in order to just funnel the views into the website or whatever they want. They are not game journalism. Maybe they're equally bad at games as the general game journalisms are nowadays, but they're not really game journalisms. I don't buy it. I don't really.
To expose the game in a marketing way. I think that's great, and that's to be expected. Then I wrote, the audacity to then break the NDA and post it on YouTube is truly stirring the pot. Now, this is me believing that, they're just breaking the NDA, didn't think about it, whatever
The
excuse they
audacity.
had. Like, that was my initial
That
take.
word
I
is
immediately
he was
concluded that that's
mad.
what they've done.
Right.
And PoE then makes tweets confirming that that's not the case. However, there's some things I want to point out in this.
Okay.
I'm going to read it out for those of you who haven't seen this.
Okay, let's hear what
So
he
they
said
tweet out
first,
saying,
and
we've seen some
I'll say
speculation that some people might already have access to the early access version of Path of Exile 2. Yes, and this is correct. To clarify, some traditional game media has been given access to a review version of the game. Part of the stipulation that media were given is that this is for review purposes only. They may share their opinion on the game, but are not allowed to produce guide-style content from this version that would spoil the discovery of the game or post unedited playthroughs. They are not playing on the same servers as the early access version, so none of their progress will be kept. In addition, all of the content they produce is embargoed until release of early access December 6th. Keep that in mind now. So no content is supposed to be posted until then. We're going to come back to that topic in a bit. Unfortunately, there was a miscommunication with Fextralife that resulted in the video being posted early. So now GGG is going out of their way to essentially protect Fextralife, saying, no, there was miscommunication with Fextralife specifically, and that's why the video was posted early. And then,
as much as I love GGG, this is bullshit. 100 motherfucking % bullshit, alright? There is no way they are that stupid. You know what? The situation is, GGG is not giving out the early access version for reviews to only Fextralife, they are giving it out to everyone. Not everyone, but a lot of people. A lot of like IGN probably. Yeah, I don't know. I don't follow the game journalism that much because I don't think they know shit. But anyway, they probably and surely, you know, share the same thing, give the same thing to a lot of people. Why only this guy have a miscommunication? You think that the communication from GGG to those game journalism, to those organizations, are going to be different from each other? No, they are going to be a copy pasted email or whatever kind of communication, a letter. I don't know what it is, but it's just going to be the exact same shit for everyone. Anyone who have ever worked in a corporate like environment know this shit. When you do something, when you have a policy, it is communicate the exact same way to everyone. So either these guys are stupid, and I don't think they are, by the way. The guys is Fextralife. I don't think they're stupid. They are actually very fucking smart. The stuff that they do, the bad thing, the bad information, the wrong information that they are putting out is not because they're stupid. It is because they just intend to do so. Because they don't want to spend time actually, properly research or learn the topic before like trying to teach people. They just do it as quickly as possible because they know that is the efficient way to grab the money, to get the cash, the views, just get the what they want, right? So they are very smart, no doubt. They are, abusing the system. They are getting a lot of money out of it, while nobody else are doing as well as they do in the sense of like efficiency. But I think the other reason is they intentionally just do the same thing as they always do. Because everybody is under NDA, right? Nobody is going to post anything. So their stuff, if they put it out early, that is very exclusive. That just pulls a lot of traffic into their website, into whatever the fuck they want to funnel the viewers into. Hey, it is what it is. It just is what it is. The response we see here, I can call it 100% just diplomatic. There is no way this is the real thing that happened. That is my take. And there is nobody in the world without like concrete evidence can persuade me the other way. I pretty much fucking guarantee that what I think the situation is actually true. I'm not saying I'm smart, but this is very obvious. This is just very obvious. All right? So, yeah, GGG is obviously GGG is trying to take the hit because the hit to GGG, the community cannot hate GGG right now, really. It just neutralized because they are going to put out something amazing very soon. And also they have a lot of like goodwill, faith, a lot of faith from the community. I love GGG. They can do a lot of bad stuff before I started to, not loving them anymore. So, hey, GGG can tank this easily. This deals like basically no damage to GGG. So yeah, that is what I think.
They're saying that this was a mistake on our end, and it's in no way on Fextralife. And then they went on to write, on release day, we want players to be able to make a more informed choice about if they would like to buy a key. We believe that allowing traditional game media access should be able to accomplish this without spoiling the game. Now, first off, I want to point out that in the gaming industry, especially in the ARPG world, because of the misinformation and the really poor managed wiki part and guide parts that Fextralife has been known for. Now, I'm not saying all of their stuff is bad, because I don't want to play devil's advocate here and pretend, or I don't want to be a bigot and pretend that they only do bad things. They have plenty of good stuff on their site as well, and most of us contemplated don't want to mention that, but I will say that to have all parts of the table, they do have some pretty decent stuff.
So basically, if something is out of the trend, out of favor, if something still have a lot of attention from the community, from gamers. The game is still hot, trending. Probably the stuff is going to be updated. Again, they're not stupid, all right? But also, by the way, this situation, all right? Not only did they release this freaking video, they also, well, this is actually beneficial for me personally because I really like leak stuff, so I can plan around it. That is what I enjoy doing. So they leaked the full ascendancy from the Pathfinder and the Ranger. Sadly, that is Pathfinder and Ranger, the probably like the least interesting classes for PoE 1 player, because it has a lot of similarity to the class that was in PoE 1. If they leak the witch, the swords, or the warrior, will be much more cooler for us, the PoE 1 player. But to other people, hey, if they do not know a lot about PoE 1, that can be very big information, and it is big information. Jedi is looking crazy good, by the way, just for a lot of things. All right.
Stuff as well. I would even say that some
That
stuff is
breaks
good.
NDA.
The reason we don't talk about that is because they are the greatest villain of all time in content creator world, so we don't want to give them any credit. But I want to put all the cards on the table for you guys. When it comes to the ARPG side of things, it's been a horrific shit show from start to finish. That's the quality content they've delivered, and everyone who is an ARPG veteran knows this.
True.
And we talk about it, and we're vocal about it. The most important problem here, and I'm going to talk about this very specifically. First off, we're going to tackle the topic of the fact that PoE said that there was a miscommunication.
Bullshit.
Now, I have playtested PoE 2 a couple times in the past. Last one was 5 months
Bullshit.
ago. And what happened here is that the embargoes is not specific per individual creator. There is a mass communication to everyone. They also, at every single event I've been to, after Cry 13,361, just subscribed and included the message, big up my guy Gassy.
Every Gazi video has one of those.
So every single event I've been to where we have played, they have been very careful in both email format, in the introduction of the actual event, in the middle of the events, after the events. We have been informed repeatedly of when the embargo is lifting.
Hey.
Why have this been something different? When in every other situation GGG has ever done, they've been very adamant and clear about communicating the embargo for everyone as a whole. They have not have any specific, that one's going to have an embargo there, that one's going to have the embargo there. The only situation that they have had different embargoes was on the last playthrough test that I did in LA. And here's what they did. They went out of stage. All right, Jonathan went out of stage and was very, very clear in the communication. And he said, the embargo is this date. However, we will be reviewing that footage. Everyone, they review all of the footage, by the way, all of it. And they said the embargo for the witch summoner will be at a later date. So any footage that we were allowed to post was not allowed to be posted if it included a witch on the first embargo date. Then they gave us a second date for where the witch embargo was. That's why on the last place that I was in, a bunch of us PoE creators, we got together and we pooled our gameplay recordings. I focused entirely on the witch. So most of the witch content you see out there is actually from my playtesting, because they played other classes to give us footage so we all could use each other's footage to make content.
They kind of make the community, they kind of work together. I heard this from a lot of people already. So there, a lot of the information we already know now about PoE 2 is actually just from their work. So massive thanks to them. Personally, massive thanks to Havoc for, just getting all the gems. And then also to Dream Core for all the passive. Those two information are massive for people who likes to theory craft stuff, to like get ideas, to plan ideas beforehand, before the game is released. If we somehow can have like a passive skill tree like one day before the launch, maybe even on the same time as the launch, if they release a web version of the skill tree, that is going to be massive, because I do expect the server to be absolutely on fire. I don't expect to play it on the first day. Just the same as a lot of people. The first day is going to be crazy. Probably even like, I would say, the second and third day. Not sure if they can just solve the server issue in such a short amount of time, because they say that the surge in the purchase of the early access key is absolutely massive, out of their expectation. So I think that is going to be the situation. So as hype as I am for the game, well, I prepared mentally for not being able to play the game in December 6th or even 7 and 8. More than that, I would be fucking mad. Right?
To our audiences. So we went together and did that. So all of the footage I posted for the playtest that is not from a witch, I didn't even play those because I was entirely focused, and my job was to fix the witch playtest for everyone that we pooled with. That was my job. So we just, teamwork makes the dream work, exactly. So that's how we did it. But they were very clear, to get back on track here. They were very clear about the communication about the embargo. But now they're saying that they apparently had a miscommunication with Fextra, so that's why they're taking it. Either way, I'm speculating, and if we're going to have to look at the things that we have facts on, Path of Exile GGG is saying, hey, we are the one to blame for them posting it early. We can't do anything but say, okay, we're going to have to trust that, and that's fine. And the reason
I don't trust that as much as I want to trust GGG. Fuck that. This is complete horse shit, dog shit, bullshit, whatever shit. Holy shit.
You don't trust Fextra is the same reason why we don't have confidence in Diablo 4. It's because they don't have any goodwill. They have burnt those bridges. They've burnt the goodwill they've ever had, if they had any to begin with. So that they're not to be trusted from the community ever. That's the starting point of when we look at whatever they say.
D4 right
GGG, on the other hand, has a ton of goodwill built up. So when they say that the miscommunication is on their end, it is in no way on Fextralife.
Like a gacha
we believe it.
For
obviously
Spiritborn.
And that's okay.
OP new
that's
character,
fine.
if you don't spend money on, you cannot.
Now, why am I still upset? And why are people still angry about this? Well, it's because of the simple fact for two things. One thing most people creators are mad about, and that is because they are basically portrayed as the greatest villain of all time in content creation. It's insane. Why give that outlet this opportunity and space in the industry?
Hey.
It's beyond me.
True. They are not journalists. They are not journalism. There's so many people in the PoE community personally, and even not in PoE community. So if we say only in the PoE community, there's a lot of people who have massive respect from everyone, basically. Ziz, Gazi, Pops, a lot of people actually. Well deserved to have like some exclusivity of information, even though they probably don't need it because they were like famous and very well known, very well respected in the community, so they will pop off anyway with the release of a new game that they already is like they have a pretty good head start for learning the game pretty much. But even outside the game, and let's just say from like D4 community, from the ARPG community, or even just a like variety streamer, there are so many people who makes absolutely amazing content, very quality content, that deserve to have the right, not the right, that is a very strong word, but they deserve it so much more than the shitty bullshit called Fextralife. There are so many more people, obviously not me. I am not saying about myself. I am saying that, okay, so matter of fact, because the video that this particular video from Fextralife is from Fextralife, people like me don't watch it. Because I even blocked the site. It's dog shit, right? That's just it. So, yeah, even though they have like 1 million subs on YouTube, I think, because there was a footage show the sub, and maybe they have a lot of views on the website, but no. I have zero respect for the way they're doing it. There are so many more people that can receive this kind of like benefit. Just many.
The other part is more in depth, and I want to talk about that very specifically. So for those of you who don't know, I make written guides for PoE on a website called PoE Vault, which is owned by Ice Events. I make guides for Last Epoch and Diablo 4, which is on Ice Events' main website. There are other guide creation websites, such as Maxroll, for example. Most of you guys know Maxroll. Most of you guys know Mobile Linux. They actually started hiring a bunch of creators. I saw, what was it, Diaz Lily and I think Noogie. There was a bunch of other people. I might be wrong on the name, but I'm pretty sure there's a bunch of others on Mobile Linux that started hiring for PoE. And they've had Preparian for the longest of time as well, Prep as well. I believe they're doing something with the Bazaar as well. But in the ARPG world, they are already making guides for Diablo 4. And there are plenty of other types of creators that have been hired and other websites that make guide-related content. Now, some, if not all of these websites, are doing news-related posts and are considered a game journalist news outlet in some degree as well. Which means that, you know, they are already operating in that industry. And here's the thing. I have people in my company and I have people in my moderator team that are working with Ice Events to help out with guide questions, guide moderations and whatnot. Not just for me, actually, for other people on Ice Events as well. So I actually have quite a few things from my company that is working integrated with Ice Events these days. That's how my company is structured now. And that's not something that is like super public information or anything, but that's very important to point out because that also brought me in a position where I have been part of and or on the sideline, but in many cases I've directly been involved with communication to the actual gaming companies such as Diablo 4, Last Epoch, or most.
There's one thing I do hope that happen for myself is at some point this channel is going to be big enough that the income from it is enough for me to afford a editor. That is going to just be. I don't even need to gain anything from the channel at that point. I think I still stick with my full-time job, become like very, very big, hopefully. But at some point, if I can afford like an editor, that will just be so much better. Not to say even like a company in this case for Gazi, because he has probably a lot of things going on as well. He's doing a lot of stuff on the side, not only streaming, not only YouTube. I cannot imagine that at the moment. Let the dream be a dream.
You know, most importantly, in this case, Path of Exile. So I've been part of those discussions with the communication directly to GGG. And one of the things I know that Ice Events have done, just like many other websites, is basically ask for support. Hey, what about an API? Do we have some sort of client we can get access to where we can't play, but we can data mine to, not for the sake of guides, but for wikis and creating tools? And that's very important to point out. So the way this works is that if there can be an NDA data mine client, which has happened in other games, by the way, it's very common, where websites get access to do so without being able to actually play the game. And what that means is that they will then have the information for wiki updates and tool creation so that those websites can create the necessary tools to create guides and create wikis on their website to be accurate information based on the current state of the game. This is a very common thing. And that is nothing that's going to be, oh, the game's already explored. It's basically pre-preparing so that those individuals or those websites can create websites. I mean, I'm going to give you a quick example of that. I'm going to take Diablo 4 because we had recent updates to a tool here. So, for example, here's a tool. This is a tool that's being created. This is from data mining. This tool is created with data mining for a skill tree. This tool is also created based off data mining. This is a Paragon board. Shit like this would be required to make high-quality guides. Prime and included the message. Thank you. Did someone say PoE 2? So that's the kind of data mining that allows to create these higher quality tools. You see these, Maxroll has a bunch of it, Mobile Linux has a bunch of it. Like, this is a thing that happens, right? And that's what they use the data mining for. Anyways, so in these discussions, it's basically been a hard no. No, we're not going to be able to get this. It's not something they're going to give away. Fine, that's okay. Then we fast forward to this situation again. And they say, okay, but we're going to give news outlets access to the game. Fine, I'm okay with that. Yeah. News outlets do not make guides. News outlets do not make wikis.
Yeah.
What does Fextralife do? News outlets, written guide content, written build guide content, and an entire fucking wiki. What does that then mean? It means that they are able to data mine the living fuck out of the client that they've been given access to create these tools way before anyone else can do. And this is a company that is created, that's basically considered the greatest villain of all time. And they now have this availability, whereas websites that has been around, I believe PoE Vault has been the guide website that is active still, that's been around the longest. And I think the second website is Maxroll. And then I see Mobile Linux are new to it, right? And then I don't know about Wowhead. I'm not wrong, but I know PoE Vault has been the oldest, if not among the lowest. And I know Maxroll came a couple years after PoE Vault, because I've been writing guides for PoE Vault for quite a few years now, and Maxroll's kind of fresh into it, and they've done a good job. Solid creators working for them, and they have high quality guides. I think it's really good for the community. And in comes Fextralife, who's now been given access because of the label of news outlets, and they're giving tools that is allowing them to basically just be miles ahead of anything else. and then they say this part here, they may share their opinion on the game, but are not allowed to produce guide-style content. That is just a saying. They can't stop this. So what happened in Diablo 4, for example, we actually had not content creators, but guide writer websites had free access to before the game itself launched 2 years ago, or whatever it was. And
again,
guess
it
what?
doesn't affect me, but fuck that.
All of those websites,
I hate them.
Icy Veins, Wowhead, D4, Mobile all of it. Data mine the living fuck out of that client, of course.
It must be.
And what did we do with that information?
Dog shit
we created tools to make guides with.
Being the other, like,
the embargoes released on the launch day. Guess what happens? The tools are already there. The creators that writes guides on these websites were then able to immediately get high quality guides out there. Now, these sites that have supported and helped build the guide parts or guide world of the PoE, such as PoE Vault, Icy Veins, such as Maxroll. I don't know which other websites are actually commonly used, but I know PoE Vault and Maxroll are very, very, very commonly used in the community. They are not going to be able to have any tools ready to make guides with, not unless they had access to the review through a data mine, which was supposed to be for news outlets, not for guide writer pages. Now, I feel like I'm ranting on and on. That is basically what's going on. I'm gonna wrap this up for the guys watching on YouTube.
Agree.
That is why people are upset.
I completely agree.
I don't know what to say. But GG saying that it's on them. But I mean, that's fine. I can let this go because GG said that this was miscommunication on their end. I'm fine with that. What I'm not fine with is how they're first off choosing Fextralife. And secondly, how they're giving any site that is not just known for news outlets, game journalism, but in fact is competing with guide creations, written build guides, as well as a wiki. That is so crazy to me. And exactly. I'm confident that any other site that makes written guide content in the form of builds or mechanics or whatever are upset about this decision, because it's not giving us a fair playing field. And it's disgusting.
It's just bad.
And I don't think I would have reacted this strong if it wasn't it being True. That's my take on it. Anyways, leave a comment down below and hit the like button, subscribe for more content. I'll see you guys in the next one. Till then, stay safe and keep rocking.
Yeah.
When America rejects...
Okay, so... Okay, 41 fucking minutes. Okay, so... Yeah, again, I hate Fextralife. I hate the stuff that they do. I hate their approach to creating content. It's just very damaging for not only the streamers or the content creation community, but it is damaging to the gaming community as a whole. If you are, still playing anything that is, or you are like, for example, there's a lot of time, all right? There's a lot of time where I just get into a game that is relatively old. It's new for me, but it's old. It's outside of the hype area for everyone, basically. And when we look things up for that new old game, chances are you can stumble upon very outdated information in a very, very aggressively Google algorithm, SEO, marketed, so they are always on top. So if you, so I blocked Fextralife and I just recognized it and I just intentionally avoided. That's not a problem for me, but for an average person, they don't have the same level of investment into just basically all the information. Then they can just be exposed to incorrect information. And also, again, my final take is this is complete dog shit. This is very, 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 very bad. Fextralife is bad. GGG basically have connection with them is bad in a sense. Maybe they didn't have time to actually care about the other's situation. They just look at the number. Okay, sure. They are very busy people. But when there is a wave of hate like this, when there is vocal member of the community, not vocal, but when there's respected people in the community that are very vocal around the situation, I do think they should take a look at it, reevaluate if the relationship between their future game, their big game, by the way, it is destined to be one of, if not the greatest game of the genre. and one of the biggest game like ever released. I'm not even like glazing, exaggerating, or anything like that. It is destined to be like that. To what level, I don't know. But I think this relationship is bad, and eventually it will bite back. This is just like the start of something. It is not very like serious. There's no real serious damage yet. I think still there's no serious damage yet, and people might forget about it very very soon. But still, when something else come up, you don't want those to come up. That's just my honest opinion. Again, I am very very open about the fact that I hate them. Not GGG. I hate Fextralife, so I don't want GGG to have anything to do with Fextralife. That is my take, my opinion. I have no influence at whatsoever on what GGG decide to do, but still, hey, if they do it, I still hate it. But I still love the game. I still love the company. GGG. Not gonna turn me away from anything, but it's going to feel shitty. Like, actually, it's actually. Again, it is. So this is the first time for me, but it is very fun to shit on someone that I really hate, like publicly. Feels pretty good. And for once, they created the opportunity for me to feel like a streamer that probably is my favorite streamer overall, Asmongold, to turn a video that I react to into something that is twice as long because I talk shit too much, right? So thanks for watching, guys. If you stay to this point, I don't know, I probably there will not be a lot of things that is drama related on this channel, but hey, there's nothing right now better to do, so why not? Expect a lot of PoE2 content in the future, and you know, obviously PoE1 still. When there's new content PoE1, I will play PoE1. See you next time. Peace.